So I'm sure we've all had that aha feeling.
Oh my god!
I like to call them moments of clarity. So to explain this event that most of us have throughout our lives, I believe once you understand what they are, it's a reality hack in a sense.
Oh my god! Wow!
So I want to provide some kind of criteria in which you can recognize these moments and be able to act on them, structure them in a way as I've started doing in my life. Funny enough, the idea for this video came from a moment of clarity I had about creating a video about moments of clarity. A bit of Inception, yeah, but that's a great movie. You should check it out. So me being the huge nerd that I am, I'll be relating these points back to the games I played growing up. The first one being Skyrim. It's an action RPG set in a fantasy world where you have complete freedom to roam the world, fight monsters, and loot dungeons. In this game, there's a spell called clairvoyance. When channeled, it enables the user to see a clearly defined path to the next objective, denoted by a blue mist. And I find it quite similar to when I have moments of clarity. It's as though the path becomes illuminated from the fog, and for a bit, the steps are laid out before you. All you have to do is start walking. It's very important to write these ideas down as soon as possible, because the first step in bringing anything into reality is writing it down. And if you can't act on it right away, you'll be able to revisit it at a later date. One step further would be to use some kind of thought capture system. For example, I use an app called Notion. It's immensely versatile in the way in which you can structure thoughts and ideas, projects, anything like that. And on the extreme end, you can actually structure your entire life in it. I want to reference World of Warcraft. There should be no introduction needed, but for those of you who don't know, it's a massive multiplayer online role-playing game. It's similar to Skyrim in that you have the freedom to go adventure and do whatever, but the difference is you can do it with thousands of other players at the same time. I spent a great deal of time in this virtual world. I remember staying up till 2 a.m. on school nights, playing my favorite class, the Druid. It is a hybrid jack-of-all-trades class, which you could perform each role in the game, being damage, healing, and tanking. Which now looking back on it, it aligned to me perfectly, because I had numerous interests and I essentially wanted to be able to do everything. There's a spell effect the Druid could benefit from. It's called Omen Clarity. It's a percentage chance after performing abilities to enter a state of claircasting, which means you could use an ability at no cost to you for a certain amount of time. How I relate this to life is when we have these moments of clarity, first of all, they're infrequent and they seem like a random spark of genius. It just comes out of nowhere.
Wow!
That's the case. These sparks are just like the Omen of Clarity effect. They're triggered through actions we take in our own specific areas of interest, and I've found the more actions you perform in said areas seem to increase the frequency at which you receive these moments. So in essence, act on these moments as soon as possible, but if you can't, note them down in an effective thought capture system so that when you have free time, you can work on it, because you never know what can become of it unless you start working on it.